intro seemed to just want to keep going. The countdown just wanted to keep going.
Loved it.
No idea what's going on there. I think the internet got all excited. It played it slow. It played it fast. It's going to keep going. Nobody knows what's going to be happening. And but welcome, thank you for joining us for today's Absolute Football podcast. My debut on the Lite Bite. It's my first time. The Lite Bite it's not. This isn't like the full-on hardcore podcast. This is a little chat, a little natter between friends. Whereas Sam will often say, if you watch it, you can sit down, have a coffee, have a hot beverage, cold beverage, a Vicky Sponge, I believe. Bit of Vicky Sponge. And we've got in the chat already, Credo's enjoying the proper 60 vibes. That's what it's all about, mate. That is what it is all about. And Sam's former friend. I'm intruded, didn't I? I'm breaking in.
This is it. The ducks and the Dale midweek's been broken up and caused some issues. But do not fear, because I'm trying to get back into Char's good books. This has been my afternoon of, don't worry, we're still BFF. So she is kind of here in theory. My BFF. Aww. There we go. But then I felt a little bit guilty because I thought, I'm here with Josh. We're going to have a lovely time. I'm working back with Char. It's all good. We're all friends. And I thought, but there's another member of our team who I'm missing. And I thought, he's an Arsenal fan. And his favourite player is a French legend at the club. So, of course, I thought, Charles Grimaldi for our friend Lucas, of course, is here as well. So the pair of them are here in spirit with me today.
And I think that's lovely. It's lovely that you can be together. That's so sweet. Very nice. And I mean, the plan was always, the Lite Bite was always going to be a mix of the team. There's just going to be two of us, we can back and forth and have a little chin wag about stuff and mix it up. If I'm lucky, I may get to do one with Charlotte at some point. You never know. And then maybe with Lucas, maybe he'll have a little bit as well. It'll just be lovely, like we're all friends being together. But thanks to you, to those of you who are here, thank you very much. Feel free to interject in the chat at any point. And look at that. Where's my love? Char?
You've got no pictures, you see. No pictures. Pictures are key.
I'll have to remember that. But no, thank you for letting me join you this evening and intrude on your time. And today, I mean, I don't know how you start normally, because I'm all up in your stuff. How do you want to start? I mean, what do you want to do?
We just launched. So we launch into it. I think we were just we talk about beverages, cakes, and then it's straight into whatever we want to go for. So
what's your favorite cake? What's your favorite cake?
My favorite cake. I'm a coffee cake fan. I love a bit of coffee cake. I don't know. I just think it just goes down well. It's the cream. It's the coffee cream, I think, that does it for me. Which is possibly because it's like an adaptation of a Vicky Sponge. So I don't know.
And you know what? You've got a coffee fan as well in the chat. Guido loves a bit of. I'm not a coffee cake man, I tell you what I don't mind. Is carrot cake.
I'm the opposite. I don't get it. There's some people are really into carrot cake, and I'm just like, if you're going sweet, then you're going sweet, aren't you? You're going full in. I've never, carrot cake's been indifferent to me. So there you go. You can have a carrot cake, and I'll have.
It's got to have the nice cream though. You've got to have a nice whipped cream, like the carroty flavored cream in it. That's got to be right. But it's one of your 5 a day, I think. Carrot cake. Technically. And Charlotte in the chat, it's all about the bacon and almond slice. I believe Nathan's in the chat as well. And Credo, he loves a good tart. He does love a good tart indeed. And if his missus is watching this, she'll backhand him. I've got no doubt. But Nathan, I believe you're in the chat, mate. If you let us know what you like, what your favorite. Do you know what? I tell you what I did have. I was away last night. I had a toss up between chocolate churros and a cheesecake. And I do love a good cheesecake, but the guy there said, go for the churros, mate. They're very filling. It comes with a tub of fresh cream. And I was thinking like whipped cream. No, proper thick, fresh cream. With these big, fat churros, thicker than my thumb. Oh, full with chocolate through the middle.
Living the dream, mate. Living the dream when you go away, you are.
I tell you what.
Get all the bits. Angel Slice from Nathan. Not yet. Good shout as well. Good shout.
And
I'm hungry. Should we get something in?
And cheesecake, the one for Charlotte. Do you know what we need to? What we will do, and this is also true. This is also true. But I mean, what we need to do, we'll need to have a team gathering, like a Christmas meal or something. We'll just sit there and do a pod eating cake. That's it. We'll find...
all that week, we'll just eat cake.
Yeah. No, I know. It's hard. I got to be honest. I've done quite well on the diet today. I did my first run in like 3 years this morning. I was very proud of myself. I really pushed myself to do that. There was a proper effort, and so to celebrate, rather than eating like a pig today, I've literally had one of those what do you call it? Katsu chicken and rice.
Ooh.
That's all I've had today. Done. I'm very proud. Hopefully that'll keep me going. But I mean, what the plan was today, we're going to talk about live football, and I don't mean watching it live, like physically being there. In there. And Crazy Boom's in the chat. You've just missed the dessert menu. You've just missed it. Let us know in the chat, Crazy Boom, what your favorite is. So far, we've had angel slice. We've had some form of tart. We've had churros. I can't remember what else we had. Angel.
Yeah, we had angel cake, coffee and walnut, didn't we? A bit of coffee and walnut. Yeah.
That's it. And thank you, Charlotte. I do appreciate it. It was effort. Actually, it was like a 40-minute run, which if you haven't run for a while, that's effort. That's effort. That is. My knees are really feeling it now. but yeah, we're gonna talk obtuse slice. I thought that said obese slice there, and I was really gonna I was gonna go and change my top. But we're gonna cover being in football because to this last weekend, Sam was actually at the goal fest of Southampton and West Ham. How did it go?
It was good. It was my first live Premier League game since pre-pandemic, and you forget so much, don't you? Not going to live football, what you're kind of watching and you're looking. The game on paper, I was thinking this could be terrible. And it was better than I expected as a game. Actually, I think it always is better live, isn't it? Even if it's drab, there's more to see. I think so. I really enjoyed it. I was, as Roy Keane would say, with the prawn sandwich brigade. So. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
and there was cheesecake, and there was.
Was it Belgian waffle?
No Belgian waffles, no. But we did have post cheese and crackers, but 5 crackers between 10. So we had to rectify that situation first, and then ended up with way too many crackers. But very very nice way to watch football. But you do lose a little bit by not kind of being out, I think, in the main bits of the crowd for the atmosphere. So
I mean, it's a bit of a dated stadium. Do they really have like a prawn sandwich brigade in Southampton?
They do. And the best bit was the room that we were in was the Nathan Redmond room, who doesn't play for Southampton anymore, with the big picture of Nathan Redmond as you go up the pitch. So that's how dated it is. It's not even year to year.
I was going to say, I mean, what's the stadium like at Southampton?
I think because it must have been early 2000s St Mary's Stadium coming, because they had the Dell, and the Dell was a horrible place to go and see football, and for opposing teams was awful. It was so close to the pitch, and there was a real kind of atmosphere. It took a while for St Mary's to get that. So I think the thing was it's felt here like it's been plush for a while, and then you realise it's been 20 years and they've not really done anything to it since. So I've seen some games in that stadium. I saw David Seaman get lobbed by Macedonia from a corner at that stadium, and the Macedonians mocked me at the petrol station as I came out, their flag in my face as we drew 2-2.
I was going to say, how did you know that they were mocking you? Could you understand what they were saying? Or?
You could just, to be fair, it was deserved, the performance England put out. Yeah, there was V's and flags, and exactly. Seaman, ponytail, that guy.
I know. I think that ponytail, I don't know if that was good for him or bad for him, or what was going on.
No, but ponytail mustache combo, something else. There's only really what's his name, the Mexican guy. Is it Danny Trejo, the actor? He's the only guy that can pull that off. The guy who played with
one with the
what's his name?
tattoos.
That's the one. Yeah.
And do you know he's really short?
Is he?
I'm sure. I will look it up now. We'll get the old Google machine out. Danny Trejo. I'm sure he's really tiny. What is it? Danny Trejo height. Do you know what? 5'5", 5'5" and
5 foot.
3/4.
Blimey, Martinez towers over him. Lissandro Martinez would tower over Danny Trejo.
I mean, I don't know if you notice, he's always got massive heels on in his shoes because it's strange because I'm pretty sure I'm going to double check because that doesn't sound right. He's 1 point. It says 1.67 meters. So it's 1.67 meters in feet. Yeah, 5'5". He's 5'5".
Wow.
He's smaller than me. It's just madness. He's smaller than my wife. My wife would tower over him. It's wild. It's just
that. No, never would have thought that.
But I mean, but when you were there at St. Mary's. What was your favourite thing about the game?
The favourite thing that I liked about it is when you watch it live, is you watch the whole pitch, don't you? You watch you're watching things that you wouldn't, the camera tells you what to watch when you're watching it at home, and you get so used to that picture, you forget. You sort of watch some of the positions. Like the bit that impressed me the most was I watched Declan Rice a lot through the game. Just because I'd never seen him live, and defensive midfield is one of those forgotten positions, isn't it? It kind of they sort of sit off the back of the midfield sometimes. They're never kind of in that picture. And I was just watching how he read the game, how he picked stuff up, and you really get the sense of how intelligent he is as a footballer and where he got in. So that was probably the bit for me. My main takeaway was watching how good Declan Rice was. Southampton going forward, not so much. Blind alleys, I think, is what I would describe Southampton going forward at. I mean, they got a result last night against Bournemouth, which they're very pleased about, but they are struggling to score goals, and I can see why.
And they've all like Hooten out, which is a sentence to say, isn't it?
Yes, indeed, yeah. Hasenhüttl, no more. Yeah, they've had enough of Hasenhüttl. But you look at the squad, and you just... it's not great. It really isn't great. They're lacking of a lot of quality.
And Credo in the chat. I mean, for all of our audio listeners, we are live on Twitch and YouTube. He's seen Rooney live a few times and run the game back the front. That would have been, and that's, I mean, like you were saying, Sam, that's that you see more, and I think you appreciate the off the ball stuff a lot more when you're watching it live. And I mean, I think the last live game, I'm pretty sure the last live game that I went to see was Liverpool Southampton. Ironically enough, another Southampton game. And I think we won 3-0, and Shaqiri scored a free kick, gave it the old afterwards, And but I mean, it was what I noticed was Virgil van Dijk was on, and I think we had Van Dijk and someone else in central defence, and they got injured, and Gomez came on, and everyone at that time was very like, this is 3 odd years ago, going Gomez, oh god. But I mean, what you noticed was Van Dijk marshalling him the whole game, talking to him, communicating with him, telling him where to go, and you get that, and it's weird. Part of the game for me, when I watch a game live, some of it I think they don't look as good as like skill wise. You know what I mean? It sort of looks a bit more laboured, and some of the
slower, doesn't it? They're all talking about the pace of the Premier League, but it's like you're on Football Manager and you turn the match speed down when you go live, isn't it?
It's really weird. I don't know what sort of like weird illusion it is, but I just thought that. I mean, it just looked strange. I mean, I'm trying to remember if Salah was playing, because I took a picture of him and got all excited. But like even some of his touches and his turns, I mean, I think because everything looks slower and laboured, when stuff does happen of magic, it just like makes it stand out even more. I don't know if it's like that for you.
Yeah, that's it. You watch something or like a little skill moment, because you can kind of see it. You can see the impact. You get more awareness of space, I think, as well when you watch it live. How close and tight some of the players can be in those corridors. So you do. They give you moments that you remember and think. I always remember. I watched years and years ago. Man United played down at St Mary's, and it was, I know he got a lot and rightful so, some crap for when he was at Man United. Juan Sebaveron. It was never quite the guy we expected to be, but Beckham and him were in opposite corner flags, just in the pre-game warm-ups, just pinging balls left back, and it was just like inch perfect, touch on the foot, inch perfect. And so that was Juan Sebaveron's highlights in his entire Man United career, but I caught them live, and it was in the pre-game. Things like that you see, and you see the interactions with them beforehand, and there's just so much to see live, so much to see.
And gee, I don't know about you, that you notice like the spaces on the pitch a lot more as well. But I think the game I went to before that, because I've been thinking of it, I've seen quite a lot of games live that I've completely forgotten about. Like I went to see Huddersfield, Cardiff City. So I was in Huddersfield, and they were doing cheap tickets. I think it was like £5 tickets or something. Because I'm very tight. I won't spend a pound if I can avoid spending a pound. But I was there with work. One of my colleagues said, "When you go, it costs nothing. It's like £5, £7," and I was like, "Why not?" And so we went along, and I mean, first of all, Huddersfield Stadium, I love the design, the architecture. I think it's really good. It was raining. I managed to stay dry, which is really good. But the pace of the game seemed so much more frenetic than it did watching football in Anfield, in the big stadium. And I've been to Old Trafford about 4 times as well. But the pace of the game in Huddersfield was a lot more intimate, but it was so much quicker. And then you picked up, I felt, because it was like a smaller stadium, as in you're all lower, more close together, the atmosphere and the fans was a lot more prominent. And I mean, I didn't talk a lot because I thought my Welsh accent in the Huddersfield end, it might stand out. And I don't know if anybody recalls that game. It got a little bit tasty. I think a player got sent off, maybe 2. There was a proper fight on the pitch. I think the managers were close to getting sent off. It was fiery. But I thought I felt that a lot more. And I'm not sure. I mean, I could be wrong, but do you think the atmosphere is better in lower league or in the Premier League games?
I think it's kind of, it feels enclosed. I get what you're saying, and I think a lot of that is to do with the stadium. It's to do with the height, and you get a different sense of a game anyway. I think going down a lower kind of visual. I watched Eastleigh last season, Eastleigh in the National League. So watch out, Shark, because we're only a league away. Eastleigh Rochdale could be the new absolute football derby coming up soon. I watched Eastleigh Notts County. And just kind of getting that kind of view, and the stand was kind of there, but it was like one of those old kind of shed stands, so it had like an echo sitting in kind of behind you, and it does that. All those kind of things add a different level of atmosphere to it than and Premier League. Of course, the Premier League teams are passionate. They're bigger crowds, so the noise sometimes can be. But I think a lot of it's the acoustics of the stadium as well, and it's the type of stadium you're in, the sections of fans sometimes you're in. I mean, I'd never heard St Mary's so quiet actually as this weekend, and it's just the nervousness of all the performances so far. I think that scared the life out of them. So West Ham were good, and sometimes that away fans make a difference. The away fans can also make the game as well.
Yeah, what do you think? I've noticed this as well. I mean, I've been some of the lower league games. I've been to see Newport County play. I've seen Coventry City play. About when they were in the Championship, lower thresholds of the Championship. Obviously, Huddersfield. There is 1 or 2 others, but what I noticed was the food's better in lower league. It's more cost effective. It's not as expensive, but it's like real food, like proper meaty pies. Yeah, not like pretentious expensive stuff. But is that just me? Is that just the teams I've been to, or what do you think?
I think so, because you feel as well you're not paying the big corporate price sometimes. I mean, I think sometimes they do charge big times at lower league, but I mean, we both know because we follow Footy Scran on Twitter, and they do the worldwide stuff, and you see some awful things that come out of there. You know, like a Saton croissant that's been in the shelf for about 10 years, and they're charging like 12 quid for it. And then you see a phenomenal sort of size of food or whatever. And
I think Credo Games. Yeah, I mean Credo Games in the chat. He's saying proper grubbing. I mean, he supports Plymouth, I believe, or at least he's in the locale of Plymouth. That's some proper food down there.
Yeah, Plymouth do proper food. At Plymouth.
That's not bad. I mean, and Charlotte in the chat is calling you out. Eastleigh in the Dale. She says she's going to be the Wellstone Vader.
You want some?
You want some?
You want some? I'll give it to you. I'll give it you. I want some.
Your fans are shit. You got no fans.
Got no fans at Eastleigh. I'll look forward to it. That will be a Saturday afternoon out. I'll look forward to it.
I can't imagine Shah there with like a little fag. the pint in her hand.
The little
You
pot
want
round.
some? I don't think it quite
You
suits.
got
I don't
no
think it suits
fat.
the
No, I
shark.
don't. I don't think. Yeah, I think it suits your game too. Moral
It's
Shah. It's
Do you
above
know what?
you.
She's saying the northern version. My son has been watching this, and my son came up to me the other day. He's seen the trailer where I've got like you and Shah talking in there in the little clip at the middle, and he came
Yeah.
and went, "Dad," I said, "What's it?" He went, "Absolutely." It was absolutely tremendous. Yeah, absolutely. Nice.
Absolutely.
Nice. And so you've got a fan for the northern accent there, Shah.
You
But
do.
but the only thing that I would say about live football, which I don't like about live football, but I enjoy about live rugby, is the tribalism. I mean, obviously living in Wales, I've been to see a lot of rugby, and what you get is Wales fans, English fans walking alongside each other. No dramas in the stadium, sitting alongside each other. Wales, France, sitting next to each other, cheering and each other on, and all of that jazz. No drama at all. Yet you get, Coventry and Birmingham fans. I wouldn't go to that. I went to one game with Cov Birmingham, and there was a little kid, like 7 years old, shouting, "I'm going to effing knife you." It's like, why is that? Why is that in? I know you spoke about sort of respect in football last year, but why do you think that is? Why do we need to have an away end when you don't need that in rugby?
Yeah, I think that's it. I mean, you don't kind of want to pigeonhole it. It's different cultures of fans or whatever in there, but it does. It's just there's just some level of tribalism that's just, and as you said, it's scary. I think I talked on last week's pod that I went to Wembley and I watched Millwall play Barnsley. I was just an absolute neutral, and Millwall came across the side of the stadium that Barnsley were on, and it was like a full out violent. I was running out of the stadium, and you're just sitting there watching, and it's like they were just literally. Didn't care who it was. There was no kind of the only bit of non-discrimination was just they didn't care who they were kind of going after, and you're just looking at families, sort of older people that were there. There were kids there,
and it ties in with Credo's comments.
Credo's exactly right. People use it, and it's just I think the thing is we all kind of relate to football in a way as an escape, but majority of us are fairly decent, or like to think we're decent people in terms of that we still retain our abilities to act in kind of with social responsibility, and then you just kind of get the edge. You just go, do you know what? I'm all in, and it's scary to watch when you see it unfolding in front of you.
It is, and I don't know. I mean, I don't understand what you can do. I mean, I think things, and it's weird. I mean, as we spoke about in the pod on Monday, and Charlotte was saying about the her game two game, and that's a tongue twister as well. But when you make it like something that, and it shouldn't be, we have to make it something to introduce women equality and more women into the game, that then people behave themselves a little bit more potentially. Is that just because it's a special event at lower league club? I mean, I don't know. I don't watch enough lower league. I don't go to enough lower league to know if the rivalries aren't as vicious there. But I know things like, Millwall fans are notorious. And like I said, Cov Birmingham.
Any locality? I think any locality. I mean, say Southampton Portsmouth's been ridiculous I'd never go anywhere near that game. It's utterly, and you can see the build up to those games, the waiting for it. They have to police them through the city in different areas. It's not even just when the game's on. It's just like sort of whatever, they're making sure that there's a separate part of the city. It's just utterly insane.
And if you think the mad thing will be, people from Portsmouth probably go shopping in Southampton.
Yeah, and they'll be working with those guys on the Monday. Like they all cross straight over, and then it's like that back to normal. But that is kind of like
And then Charlotte's inviting us to a Dale game at some point. I mean, maybe that'll be our Christmas do. We'll all go watch.
We'll all go watch the Dale. Yeah.
If you're playing somewhere neutral, sort of mid-country, which we can all get to, and we'll sit in the Dale away end and see what happens. But I mean, and it's a shame because I think I love the atmosphere of live sport, and you forget it. When I went to the Huddersfield game, it reminded me how much I love live football and seeing it there and the atmosphere. The chants that you get that are nice, humorous chants, not vindictive, horrible, bloody things, but just the niceness. You miss that, and that's something really special about live football for me, and getting the tingles. I got to see Man United lose to Liverpool. That was
not last night, my friend. Not last night.
No, do you know what? It was Coutinho who scored the winner. That's how long ago that was.
That one. Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
But I mean, and it's Credo in the chat. Equality shouldn't have to be advertised and promoted, and it's not. It shouldn't have to be. It is a sad. I think I think sports sometimes reflects the extremes of society. The real extreme highs you can get and the extreme lows, and then I suppose in turn is going to be the extreme good and the extreme bad. And it's sad. I mean, it puts that out, and I agree with him. A lot of respect to people who spend time trying to make a stand against that, and unfortunately, I don't want to stamp all over your guys' Lite Bite from last week, which is still available on YouTube. You can still watch that. I think it may also still be on the Twitch channel with Sam's BFF.
Oh, sorry, Giles has gone. Sorry, Crab.
What is it? My daughter says BFF4L.
BFF4L.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what the kids are saying about, or they were. That's what the kids were saying. But you shouldn't have to when you expose yourself in that. Putting yourself out there as someone's an advocate for that. You're not putting yourself out there to be shot at, but people do then take that interpretation like they can shoot at you, and it is sad because it takes the light and the shine off, which should be something quite beautiful, a beautiful sport played under the lights on a beautiful sunny day, in the cold weather where you're in the rain when you've all huddled together. In every atmosphere, there's that opportunity for it to be good fun. But do you know what I've been really conscious of? It's 27 minutes already. I bollocksed up your timing. You and Charlotte.
This is what we said.
So
Sean and I was saying, you wait and see how quickly it goes. You just get into and you're thinking, oh my, yeah. If you've got a couple of things to cover, it's a like that. This is it. The cake has gone. That's it. A single slice.
It's the cake.
Leaves you wanting more, doesn't it?
But it is. I mean, this is just an opportunity, just for you to just for us to have a little chin wag, for people to get a bit more of us intimately together. I mean, and I love spending time with you guys. It's the highlight of my week.
Me too.
It is good. But I mean, do you want to give us a little roundup on your feelings before we round up and I go well over time and Charlotte tells me off for destroying a Ducks and Dale podcast?
my feelings are good. My feelings are good. So we've had a lot of fun doing this over the last few weeks, sort of getting in, and the team have been having some great stuff. And so I got to watch the one on Monday, and I really enjoyed it as a podcast. Sitting, to be honest, watching you guys go and listen, and it was real good fun. So feelings are good. It's been a good week. You can also catch us. Don't forget as well. Last night we were on the Football TV United podcast as well. That's available, of course. All four of us were on that. We had a good chin wag, didn't we, with Matt over there? So that was fun. So I'm feeling very good indeed. Although I'm one piece of coffee cake away from absolute delirium at this point.
Yeah, and I'm going to steer clear of the cake. I'm going to kind of keep it trim. But I mean, we do appreciate everybody that's been in, all you guys interact in the chat. Credo, it's lovely to see you, mate. I'm glad you're doing well. Credo. We do, and Charlotte. I mean, she'd never tell us off. we'll see it. We're approaching half an hour now. I'm thinking, oh God, no. My wife said to me, yeah, Sam and Charlotte have organized, they can do 25 minutes. You suck. You won't be able to do it. You'll be hitting half hour, like in no time. You're just going to spoil it for everybody. But it's good. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you, Sam, for being here. Let me introduce. Thank you, Charlotte, for letting me come in, and thank you, Credo, for enjoying the new look. It's all sexy times. It's very sexy times, but we shall leave it there. We'll leave you. I want to talk more, but I can't because it's too much. But hopefully we'll catch you all next week on Monday, 8 p.m. Twitch, YouTube, the Absolute Football Podcast. Find us on Spotify. Give us all the stars. Don't forget Sam's besties. Find him at the FM Ducks. Find me at FMFO Official, and please follow the podcast Absolute Ball Pod, I think it's called, or just search Absolute Football Podcast on Twitter. And follow the Instagram and all of that lovely stuff. And we shall catch you all very, very soon. TTFN.
Come on.